Okay, so let's start with today the gas laws. This is the first state of matter which we are going to discuss in class 11, that is the gases. Otherwise, पिछले वाली class में हमने क्या किया था कि we have the solids, the liquids and the gases. Solids they are rigid, liquids they are fluids and gases they are going to be compressible. ठीक है? Characteristic properties of gases भी हमने last वाले chapter में कर ली थी जिसमें हमने बोला the molecules they are far away and the intermolecular spaces they are very large. Whereas intermolecular forces of attraction in this case they are going to be negligible. ठीक है? And depending upon that we also said that when we are applying pressure the molecules of the gas they come together which is known as compression of a gas. Now to explain the various characteristics of gases there were many scientists who tried to give relationship between the state variables of gases that is pressure, volume and temperature. ठीक है? So depending upon that we are going to discuss this gas laws. It is said that the gases they should supposedly be following these laws जो भी इसमें mathematical expression दे रखा होता है that should be followed by all gases. ठीक है? So let's go on to the laws one by one. The first law which we are going to do that is the Boyle's law. Right? Now, according to the Boyle's law, he stated that the pressure of the gas, if we are keeping the temperature of any system constant, if temperature is kept constant, the pressure of the gas that is inversely proportional to volume. Right? Or in other words, we can say that PV that is going to be equal to constant. ठीक है? Now basically it is relating what? It is relating pressure and volume at constant temperature. Okay? So PV that is going to be a constant, or we can say that for mathematical calculations P1 V1 that is equal to P2 V2. ठीक है? So जो भी न्यूमेरिकल्स आएंगे वो हमने इससे करने हैं. Now, if we are saying that Boyle's law has to be verified, it can be verified experimentally by the following graphs. The first graph which we have, that is a graph between pressure and volume. Pressure and volume. So, if we are taking pressure over here and we are taking volume over here, we are taking the mass of the gas constant and also we are taking temperature. That is going to be constant, right? So the graph that is going to come like this, that with increase in pressure, the volume of the gas that or decrease in pressure, the volume of the gas that keeps on increasing. ठीक है? The second graph which we can relate is that is between pressure and reciprocal of volume. So if we are taking the graph between pressure and 1 by V, then the graph that is coming as a straight line. Now, if we are plotting various graphs at different temperatures, that is this is T1, this is T2, this is T3, right? So, these are known as isotherms. These are known as isotherms. Okay. Now, over here, T3 that is going to be greater than T2 is greater than T1. Okay, so isotherms they are the relationship or graphs between pressure and reciprocal of volume at constant temperature. ठीक है? फिर उसके बाद if we are plotting a graph between PV and P, take P over here and take PV over here, right? If you are plotting a graph between PV and P, then the graph that is going to be parallel to the p-axis. So if you've taken pressure over here and we've taken PV over here, the graph would be shown like this. It is parallel to the axis to which you have taken pressure. Or if we are plotting it in the other manner, that is, we are taking PV over here and we are taking P over here, then in that case, this is how the graph will be shown. So this is at T1, this is at T2, and this is at T3. Similarly, that T1 is less than T2 is less than T3. Okay? So these are the graphical representations. You also sometimes get a graph, and if you're lucky enough, कि एक simple सा question आ गया कि graph is given and they say कि which of the following laws they are in relationship with which of the following graphs. Okay? So this is the Boyle's law. The second law which we are going to do, that is the Charles law. Second law we have is the Charles law. जो Charles law होता है, that gives us a relationship between volume and temperature, right? Volume and temperature. In this case, pressure that is going to be constant. Okay? Pressure is constant. Now over here, the law states that volume is inversely proportional to pressure, or in other words, in other words, we are saying volume and temperature है. So यहाँ पे if pressure that is kept constant, it is said that volume is directly proportional to temperature. So as we increase the temperature, what is going to happen? The volume of the gas that is going to increase. Okay, that is the Charles law. Now, when we are talking of the Charles law, it can also have another expression in which it is said that for every 1 degree rise in temperature, the volume of the gas that is going to increase by a certain amount. Okay? So, according to this expression, we say that if V0 is the volume at 0 degrees Celsius and Vt is the volume at T degrees Celsius, then the value of Vt that is going to be equal to V0, which is the initial volume, plus V0 upon 273 into temperature. Okay? Or we can also say, taking V0 constant over here or V0 as common, we will get V0 outside and we will have 1 plus T upon 273. Okay? So this is the expression for Charles law. या इसको अगर further भी solve करना चाहो तो we will have Vt that is equal to 273 plus T upon 273 into V0 into V0. Okay? So this is going to be the expression for Charles law. Let's come back to this expression which we've done over here. V is directly proportional to T. Okay? या आप लिख सकते हो V upon T. That is going to be a constant, and for your numericals, V1 upon T1, that is going to be equal to V2 upon T2. Now when we are drawing a graph over here, the graph between volume and temperature. So let's say this is 0 Kelvin, right? This is 0 Kelvin, and after 0 Kelvin we can say that when the temperature is increased, the volume of the gas will keep on increasing. Now if you extrapolate this will reach a value which has zero volume, right? Now this temperature at which, यहाँ पे ना आप इसको 273 डिग्री सेल्सियस लिखो, 273 डिग्री सेल्सियस. Okay, so this temperature at which volume of the gas becomes zero, that temperature is known as absolute zero. And absolute zero is the temperature which is 0 Kelvin or minus 273 degree Celsius. Now basically at 0 Kelvin the gases do not exist. So it means that at 0 Kelvin the gases, they get converted into either liquids or solids, right? So we are saying that at 0 Kelvin the gases either convert to liquids or they convert to gases, right? Now you know what the Kelvin scale is and its conversion. Kelvin, that is going to be equal to 273 plus degree Celsius, right? Now if we are drawing these graphs at different pressures, then these graphs, they are said to be isobars, right? Over here if we are taking, this is as P1, this is as P2 and this is as P3. So over here P3 is going to be greater than P2 is going to be greater than P1. Okay? So this is the second law, which is the Charles law. The third law which we are going to do, that is the Gay-Lussac's law. Third law, that is known as the Gay-Lussac's law. It is also known as pressure temperature law. The Gay-Lussac's law, which is also known as pressure temperature law, right? Now according to this law, if the volume of a gas that is kept constant, then pressure of a gas is directly proportional to temperature. ठीक है? Pressure of the gas, that is going to be directly proportional to temperature, or we say that P upon T, that is going to be constant, or mathematically for your numericals, P1 upon T1, that is equal to P2 upon T2. And if we are drawing a graph between pressure and temperature at various volumes, the graph comes to like this, where this is V1, this is V2, this is V3. Then in this case V3 is greater than V2 is greater than V1. These graphs, they are known as isopores. ठीक है? Now let's combine the Boyle's law and the Charles law to get the ideal gas equation. What does ideal gas equation say? It says that according to Boyle's law, what did we say? Pressure is inversely proportional to volume according to Boyle's law, or we can write that volume is inversely proportional to pressure. ठीक है? According to Charles law, volume is directly proportional to temperature. If we are combining both, so combining both, what will we get? Combining both, we will get volume is directly proportional to T upon P, right? Or PV, that is going to be directly proportional to temperature, right? Or we say PV, that is equal to RT for 1 mole, where R, that is known as the gas constant, right? And if we're talking for N moles, this value will become PV is equal to nRT. This is going to be for N moles, right? Now let's understand how do we manipulate the value of R. So over here we have the expression PV, that is equal to RT for 1 mole, okay? Or we say that the value of R, that is equal to PV for N moles, it is going to be nRT, PV upon NT, that is going to be value of R, okay? Now over here the temperature has the unit Kelvin, which does not change, and number of moles also will not change. The units of P and V may change, which have different values, okay? Depending upon the units of pressure and volume, we give the values of R. So let's say that if we are taking the value of pressure or the unit of pressure as atmosphere and the unit of volume in liters, we know that every gas at STP, that is going to occupy 22.4 liters, okay? So ये हमने 22.4 liters यहाँ पे ले लिया. The value of R in this case, that is going to be equal to 0.082 atmosphere liter per mole per Kelvin, right? In the second, we are not changing the value of pressure. We are only going to change the value of volume in milliliters. So in milliliters means you have to multiply this by 1000. So let's say if it has 1 over here, the value of this will become 82.1 atmosphere milliliter per mole per Kelvin. Okay? Now let's change the value over here into, we are taking now the value of pressure in dynes per centimeter square. So if we are taking it in dyne per centimeter square, right? And we are taking the value of volume in 22400 milliliters, then the value of R will be taken as 8.314 into 10 raised to power 7 dyne per centimeter square milliliter per mole per Kelvin. Okay? Now we know that this is in ergs also, dyne per centimeter square, milliliter, that is going to be in ergs, and 1 joule, that is equal to 10 raised to power 7 ergs. So this value can also be written as 8.314 joules per mole per Kelvin. And the value of R in calories, that is taken as 1.9. In calories, Kelvin per mole. Per Kelvin per mole. Okay? Or the value of R, that can be taken as 2 calories per Kelvin per mole. Okay? So this is how you manipulate the value of R, and depending upon what are the units of pressure and volume given to you, we take the value of R. For your competitions, generally the value of R would be given to you in the question. Okay? So mostly we use two values, one is 0.0821 and the other one that is going to be 8.314. Okay? Then let's go on to another very important topic over here, which is known as barometric distribution. So when we talking of barometric distribution, this is one you can say topic which is not given in your NCERTs. Barometric distribution. This is not given in NCERT. Now, in case of ordinary gases, what do we say? We say that pressure in the container is unaffected by gravitational field. Okay, so if we're talking of any gases which are ordinary gases, like if we're talking of hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, these are gases with low molecular masses. They are not affected by the gravitational field. But if we have gases with higher molecular masses, then which are the polymeric gases we have, जैसे chlorofluorocarbons हो गए, they are polymeric gases, right? For such gases, the pressure that is going to vary with height. That means कि the gases which have high molar masses, they are going to be affected by the gravitational force, right? So depending upon that, we have a few you can say expressions which are important from your competition point of view. Like, let's go on to the first expression. Let's take a value which is P naught. P naught, that is the pressure at the ground level. Right? This is the pressure at the ground level, and P be the pressure at height h. P be the pressure at height h. Now we have an expression which you need to remember, 2.303 log of P upon P naught, that is equal to minus mgh upon r. Over here, m that is going to be the mass of the gas, g that is going to be the acceleration due to gravity, and h is going to be the height, and r is going to be the gas constant. Now this expression is taken if there is no change in temperature, that is temperature that remains constant. Okay? If in case it is temperature dependent, then the expression that changes to 2.303 log of P upon P naught, that is equal to minus mgh upon RT. ठीक है? उसी तरह से you know that pressure or density they are the same. If we have more pressure, the density of the gas is also going to be same. So with respect to density, this expression would be written as 2.303 log of D upon D naught, right? Where D that is going to be equal to density of the gas, we have minus mgh upon RT. ठीक है? और अगर हम लोग open vessel लें, now this we are taking it as a closed vessel. If we are taking an open vessel, the concept is known as open vessel concept. ठीक है? Now in case of an open vessel, the pressure and volume they are going to be always constant. Remember this. The pressure and volume are always going to be constant. ठीक है? In an open vessel. Now in this case, we know that consider one gas which has number of moles N1 and temperature T1, right? So PV that will be equal to N1 R T1. Let's say this is equation 1. Okay, let's compare it with another gas which has different number of moles. So PV that will become equal to N2. R is not going to change because it is a constant T2. Okay, so let's say this is equation 2. Now you divide equation 2 by equation 1. So if we are dividing equation 2 by equation 1. Then what are we going to get over here? We will get equation 2 is N2R T2 upon N1R T1. That will become equal to 1 because PV and PV they will get cancelled. Or we can say that N2R T2 that is equal to N1R T1. Okay? Or in other words we have N2 T2 that is going to be equal to N1 T1. So this is an important expression आपकी from your this thing examination point of view. If they have given us the open orbital concept, in that case please remember that pressure and volume that is always going to be a constant, right? And we use the expression N2 T2 is equal to N1 T1. Okay, now we have another very important concept over here, the difference between dry and moist gas. So if you're talking of difference between dry and moist gas. Theoretically, what is going to be difference? The dry gas has no water vapor, okay? Whereas the moist gas that has water vapor. Because the moist gas has water vapor, the vapors of water they are going to exert pressure, as a result of which there is a tension which is developed inside the vessel, and that tension is known as aqueous tension, right? Now, if you need to calculate the mass of the dry gas, then how do we do that? We say that according to gas equation, PV moist that should be equal to PV dry. That should be equal to PV dry. Now, how do we calculate the pressure of the dry gas? This is very, very important. Pressure of the dry gas that is equal to pressure of the moist gas minus aqueous tension. As I just told you, the aqueous tension is the vapor pressure of the moist gas or vapor pressure of water which is present in the gas. Okay? That is what aqueous tension is. Now, taking into consideration this, when we have moist gas, any gas which is moist will have humidity. Like we have it in the rainy season, there is a lot of water in the atmosphere, as a result of which we say that it is humid. ठीक है ना? क्योंकि वो humid होता है, then how do we calculate the relative humidity? Relative humidity that is equal to partial pressure of water that is equal to partial pressure of water in air, ठीक है? Because the air that is going to be moist, right, upon vapor pressure of water. ठीक है? So this is going to give us the relative humidity. That is partial pressure of water in air upon vapor pressure of water. Vapor pressure of water is going to be a constant value. We know this, that whatever water is going, the vapors of water exert pressure, and that pressure that is going to be constant. Why? Because the vapor pressure that depends upon the forces of attraction between the atoms of a molecule. ठीक है? फिर उसके बाद एक और क्वेश्चन जो आपको आता है, that is what do we understand by payload? Now, what is payload? Payload basically is the lifting capacity of the balloon. Lifting capacity of the balloon. Now we know for meteorological purposes, hydrogen or helium, they are put in the weather balloons and they are allowed to raise in the atmosphere. Okay? So what is going to be the lifting capacity of a balloon containing a particular amount of gas? That is known as payload. Payload. Now how do we calculate payload? That is equal to Payload is equal to mass of the air filled in the balloon minus mass of gas filled in the balloon at the same temperature and pressure. Right? So you have to remember that the temperature and the pressure in both the cases, it has to be same, and minus mass of the balloon. So this is going to give us payload. Okay, so we've done various expressions in this class. The first one which we did was P1 V1 that is equal to P2. The second expression which we did was V1 upon T1 that is equal to V2 upon T2. Okay? The third expression we did was P1 T1 that is equal to P2 T2. Okay? And the fourth expression we did was PV that is equal to nRT. Now in the first expression, if we are drawing a graph, then that is known as what? Because the temperature is constant, the graphs they will be known as isotherms. Okay? In the second case, pressure is constant, the graph are known as isobars. And in the third case, volume is constant, so the graph that is going to be known as isopores. Depending upon all the expressions which we have done today, we are going to do some numericals in our next class. Okay? So we've done the theory part of this first section, the first set of laws. We will do questions from this. Then we go on to the second set of laws and discuss at least 10 to 12 questions from that section. Okay?